woke up, I would wake up to, on the emails to see the email. Okay, so but I saw this email that go pick up your passport. I was like, God, did you just do this for us? Miss Melissa Wandera, I am married and we have 2 children. God has blessed us so far. We thank God for that. And so I shared the journey of the process of the paperwork and all that and how it went. And if you haven't watched that video, please watch it. So today I will be sharing that day, like oh my God, yes, the day, the waiting day. So what happened was that I mentioned that in previous video that me and my husband, we put faith together, we prayed, and I bought the ticket on his birthday. But when he had not even got the appointment for the interview, to go to the embassy for the interview, but we took, and I'm not encouraging anybody to do that, but for me, I had so much faith in God that God is gonna do it for us before I give birth, because I was almost due. And yes, so I had so much faith that this is gonna work out. So I told God that I'm going to be purchasing my husband's ticket on his birthday, the April 4th, and I know and I'm very sure that he will board the plane on this day no matter what. So as I shared in the last video, I mean, yes, it happened miraculously that on the 3rd, I told him, oh honey, you know what, pack all the suitcases. By that time he was in Nairobi, so I told him, pack all your suitcases, God is gonna do a miracle. So he did an interview few days prior to the April 4th. So they took his passport and all that, and they told him that you'll get your passport in the DHL. But it was, almost the end of the month. So we had like a couple of days to the 4th of April. It was like around 27th or something like that, March. So we did not have like a lot of time because it was towards the end of April. I mean, yes, the end of March. So as I mentioned, we bought that ticket. After buying it, we trusted God that he's gonna board the plane on that day, the April 4th. So what happened was that on the 3rd, we did not hear anything from the embassy or from the DHL to tell us that, oh, come and pick up your passport. So, but I encouraged my husband. I'm like, honey, no worries, pack your suitcases. Yes, please do. And he was packing, like he was packing, and he was telling me, but honey, I'm packing, I don't have my passport yet. I told him, no worries, God is gonna come through for us. So he was like, okay. So he packed everything, he weighed everything, and so that was the 23rd. So on the 24th, remember, we are 8 hours behind. So in Nairobi, I think as well, yes. So 8 hours behind. So when at that night we slept, and when I woke up, it was already noon that side. So I woke up. So whenever have you ever been in that moment of a miracle and you're still wondering if it's happening, or you even don't know what's going on? So right away I just called him. I just called him like, honey, go pick up your passport. Remember, it was 4th when you bought the ticket, and the boarding time was around 7 p.m. so it was already noon. Oh my god, he rushed with his suitcases on a DHL, picked up the passport, rushed to the airport. That was God. That was a miracle. I mean, yes. So that was his birthday. Then he reached here in the US. That was the 5th, the following day, and we had, so me and my son, I was pregnant and almost I was very tired, very exhausted. Very exhausted already, but I went to work on that day. After I went to work because I was expecting him around like 1 p.m. Yes, during daytime. I mean, I've ever been there in a mix of like happiness, joy, crying. Like, you're like, is this real? Is this real? Is this for real? You know, something you have been praying for, waiting, and it's that something God does, and you're like, wow, is this real? You know, yes. And it happened. It just happened miraculously. So what happened was, like, I went to work that day. We had already bought a birthday cake for him. It was his birthday. We're gonna celebrate his birthday. He's coming to the US. So it was that joy, that's so much joy. And so I remember very well, we went to the airport with my son. I picked up my son from school earlier, so we went. I got off work maybe a little bit early. Then we went at the airport. Oh my god, oh my god, it was like, you know, I couldn't, my belly was all the way there. I couldn't even like walk that fast or what to just run and hug him. I couldn't do that. I couldn't, but it was that moment, like when you are in that moment that, oh my goodness, finally my spouse has joined me. We are now living together. We are now one. As our mention here, it says that, and the two becoming one, in one flesh, and the two becoming one flesh. So I mean, it was such a wonderful moment in my life. Yes, for the accomplishment of seeing God doing such a miraculous thing, going through that. As I mentioned, that I had filed him in 2019, so from 2019 to 2022 in April, that's when he came. So, but I've seen God, oh my goodness. So that's where we met him. It was such a joy, happiness. I mean, yes, in that moment, oh my god, we welcomed him in America. It was such a joy. Oh my goodness. And yeah, because I remember, but as I mentioned, I was very tired, almost due. So when he came, brought him home, we celebrated his birthday, we celebrated coming in America. We were so happy. My son is with, you know, we're all very, very happy, excited on that day. And yeah, so I remember then the next day I couldn't go to work because of the tiredness. You know, always I was almost due, so I was very tired all the time. And then the following week, that's when I gave birth. to another bouncing boy. Yes, and it has been like that. I mean, our journey for my husband to come to America, it has been a joy, a wonderful moment. I mean, we shared, but I'll keep on sharing more and more how we managed that long distance relationship. It wasn't that easy, but God helped us so much. Yeah, so I'll be sharing more and more. Thanks for watching. Please continue to subscribe, like, share, and see you in the next video.